Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I see some of my girls on here. I am Amy Gaskin. I am a certified health coach, life coach, and Trim Healthy Mama coach, and I'm so glad you're here. I see Larry and Carol and Lisa and Jody and Sarah, the gang. If you're watching later, we're so glad that you're here too. We're a little Christmassy going on here, so hope that don't bother you if you're not watching live or within the holiday season. That's okay. All right, guys, we are going to get started in just a minute. You few that are here, if you guys can let me know if you have the resources that I gave printed out, or if you were in Blooms, if you did the Jot form, let me know if you did that or not. Hey, Lauren. I will be referencing the sheet. Diane printed it. Good. Got them printed. Okay. So next step will be to fill them out. But I will walk you guys through that today. Hey, Adrian. Did the Jot form. Very good. And that's just in my Blooms group coaching. So if you're not in Blooms, you're not being left out. The information was just transferred to that Google Doc. Okay. It's no big deal. It's all the same stuff. All right. So let's get started on this class. End of the year power plan. I taught on this last week, actually, in my Blooms group coaching, live teaching last Monday. And I just really felt compelled to make this a masterclass to help more people and to give a little bit more time for me to study some more and get some more things here for people to learn and do better. I'm going to go through my 3 points. They all have little tips in them, and we're going to do some chat interaction. And at the end, I'm going to take a real life problem and walk through my steps to kind of show you how this would work for your life. Okay. All right. So happy you guys are here. I really want you to see this class as an opportunity for a fresh start. 2025 is coming. It's just like it's coming, but we still have several weeks left in this year. And I talked to a one-on-one client today, and she said that in some things that she's doing right now to better her life, she has been encouraged to make a brick wall with the past because there's nothing she can do to change it, and a brick wall with the future, and focus on the present in front of her. And that is one of the beautiful things that I do love about Christmas, is that we have opportunity every day to enjoy the present that God has given us. And so the only thing that we can truly control is the present and how we react to things, right? And whenever we dive into how we talk about goals and action plans and being accountable, it all boils down to that. Not worrying about the past, not worrying about the future, but doing the best with what we have right now. That's what I was trying to get out. So we want to do the best with what we have right now. So I definitely did reference the materials that you guys have been given access to. Definitely, I hope that you've been thinking about your goals for the end of 2024. What's one thing that you want to make sure that you achieve by the end of the year? And it doesn't have to be some big, huge thing, okay? It can be very simple. It can be whatever it is that will help you be better. All right, so I also want you to think about a goal that you want to set for 2025. And go from there, because we're going to take things that we didn't quite achieve in 2024, look at them well, and see how we can do better for 2025. I love for people to think through things that they don't quite get right. You can call those mistakes. Some people call them failures. I just think there are opportunities to do better next time. And I think if we can do a little perspective shift on that, we won't have as much burden on ourselves. I do think that we should move forward in excellence, but not perfection, because no one is perfect, right? All right, let's get to part 1. Part 1 will be understanding realistic goals. So my first tip for this is to assess your current situation. We've got to use this tip of thinking about where we are to set realistic goals so that we can truly understand what's happening in our life. We can't move forward until we truly assess our current situation. So I want you to think about this. What did you achieve this year? Think about all of your wins, even the small ones. I didn't lose it on my kids 2 days ago, but maybe you did one day ago, but you didn't 2 days ago or whatever. Um, for me, for Amy, I have really slacked on my exercise, and I've gotten back in my groove. I'm a big time blocker. I love my digital calendar. And yesterday evening, I took time and I got my calendar straightened out so that I could plan my exercise, and I have a goal for that for the rest of the year. So that is my goal, is to get my exercise back consistent. So when you think about what you achieved, you can also think about what held you back from achieving other things. And it can be a lot of things. And so on your assessment worksheet or on a piece of paper or just in your mind, if you're not prepared to write things down, if you have your assessment goals worksheet or whatever, you can just take a second to reflect on the goals you set at the start of 2023. So what were 2024, my bad. So what were your goals from this year, 2024? And if you don't know what those are, that's okay. Just make a mental note to go back and fill all this out. For me, I just really didn't have anything specific. Just while y'all are doing this, I just want to share, I just wanted to continue on the path that I was on. I did see that I was gaining a little bit of weight. And so I just assessed that and made some changes. And now I'm doing well. And so that's really good. So for me, it's just continuing my health journey with Trim Healthy. It's on plan food on time, my water, my rest, and my exercise. And so that's just something that I'm always doing. I'm always finding a way to maybe do them better, whether it's time management or learning more about nutrition or something like that. So I hope you've taken a moment to either think through those goals and also check off the things that you've accomplished. We also want to maybe write down what prevented us from achieving the goals that weren't checked off. That's assessing yourself. So in the chat, if you could share, what is one goal that you're most proud of accomplishing this year? I want to celebrate you guys in the chat. For me, not giving up. I have not given up. That is very important to me. I always want to live my life with excellence, not perfection. And that means that I'm not giving up. So what are you most proud of accomplishing this year? There is a little bit of a lag when you guys are commenting. And if you're watching and you don't have a YouTube account, I believe that may be the reason why you might not be able to use the chat. So I just want you to know that. All right, while y'all are typing that in, we're going to move on to tip 2 in just a moment. Alicia, working on my anxiety. That is so awesome. Alicia, I just got to clap for you. Everybody, I know I can't see you, but claps for Alicia. She has done some serious hard work this year, and I'm so grateful to be a part of that in her life. I love you so much. Hilly, staying on plan longer than any other time in this 8-year THM journey. Sarah, getting to the point of a better routine with my daughter. She's turning 2 in a couple weeks. Yes, that's my girl. Diane, I have moved my body, lost weight, and I'm still sugar-free. Yes, you are. Okay, guys, y'all can keep putting those in, but because of time, I'm going to move on to tip 2. Tip 2 is define clear, achievable objectives. We have got to keep things realistic. You're going to hear me talk a lot about things being simple, things being realistic, and clear. We've got to have clarity in our life. So now that we have assessed our situation, let's talk about how to turn your big goals into smaller, achievable steps. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by big goals, right? So if an elephant was in the room, that would be really big, right? And I know this is really gross, but haven't y'all heard you eat an elephant one bite at a time? That's the same concept here. So you take your big goal, get healthier, and you break it down into small tasks. Walk 15 minutes 3 times a week. Write down what I'm going to eat the day before. Simple things, because if you are walking 15 minutes 3 times a week, and if you know what you're going to fuel your body with the night before, you probably will become healthier. Like, do you see how that works? A lot of my one-on-one clients, they want to just bust the doors down of Trim Healthy Mama and all things healthy and wonderful. And they want to do everything all the time, all the things. They want to do all those guardrails that I talk about so much. The fueling, watered, walked, and rested. They want to do it all at one time. And you can't because it's too many big things. And they also want to lose 50 pounds in 3 months. Well, that's not going to happen either. But if you will start with getting your food cleaned up and then move on to other things, it will happen. Will happen as you are going. So we're going to use the SMART goals worksheet for this. SMART stands for specific. What exactly do you want to achieve? Measurable. How will you track your progress? Achievable. Is this goal realistic based on your time and your resources? Relevant. Does this goal align with your values and bigger vision? And time bound. When do you want to accomplish this by? So we take the SMART goals sheet. We take the goals that we've written down and we use the framework in our SMART goals sheet and turn them into specific, achievable goals. So if you have your sheet, I want you to spend a few minutes working through this if you have it printed. If not, that's okay. We are going to open up the chat again for another question. I'm going to reference Carol and Becky. Carol is so proud she joined the gym, and Becky is allowing myself to prioritize myself. Amen. I know that is so hard. Wes and I were talking about that recently for my life. And I'm just so proud of you, Becky, for doing that. So for the chat, what is one goal that you're going to write out on your SMART goals worksheet? Share with us so that we can get some different ideas. I would love to read those out. For my SMART goals worksheet, I want to get my exercise back 3 days a week. And so what I did is I worked through my major obstacle. I had to prioritize this exercise is that I needed to get it in my calendar. Because for me, I live by my calendar. So if it's in my calendar, I'm good. I have the clothes. I have the time. I have the resources. I have the weights. I have the videos. I have the knowledge. I actually have my own videos. My hamstrings are pretty sore. Y'all be sure to put one goal that you're going to write out on your SMART goals worksheet and share it with us in the chat. I did a workout from my holiday group called Merry and Bright Lower Body. And my hamstrings are so sore from a workout that I wrote. It cracks me up. All right, Lauren, she's with me. Consistent exercise. Thank you, Lauren. That is so good. It's so important. And it is a really big thing for women to overcome, especially when we aren't used to that. Like Becky said, allowing ourselves to be a priority. I'm going to work through some mindset stuff that I had to deal with my exercise. I quit going to my CrossFit class several months ago. And in the beginning, I was gung-ho, doing great. And then my schedule changed with my one-on-one calls. And it was just really difficult for me to work out not necessarily exercise, but figure out when I could logistically work out and not take away time from my children and my husband. And I preferred to work out in the morning, but I was just putting it off later and later in the day, and I never was doing it. And so I had to talk to my husband because I felt guilty, had that mom guilt, that he was in the kitchen getting the boys ready for school, getting their breakfast and having his coffee and quiet time. And I was in there working out. And he was like, babe, you were literally not home 3 days a week for over an hour. And you had to wake up so early. And you still, you were struggling with your adrenals. And now you sleep later. So we'll just wake up 6:30. You do your workout at 6:45 or earlier. You're done by 7:15. And you can still see the boys for 15 minutes. It's fine. Go do it. Yes, please. I'm going to cheer you on. And that simple permission from him has really sparked hope in me and just gratitude for that. So Carol, work on a budget and stick to it. Oh, that's a good one. Sarah, drink 80 ounces of water a day, 40 ounces by noon. Hey, you're with me, huh, girl? Becky, walk 10 minutes once a week. Hillary, maintain my muscle mass, but lose body fat. You're going to be a fat burner, Hilly. Yes, you are. Hey, shout out to Hilly. Her podcast came out today. If you haven't listened to it, you can watch it on my YouTube channel or anywhere you listen to podcasts. It probably is. So y'all be sure to listen to that. You will be totally inspired. Holly, lose an inch around my waist and hips. Hey, girl, you know how to get that done. You got this. That's so good. All right. Thank y'all so much. I'm so proud of you guys for for sharing here. It really helps so much. And again, Coach Amy does not have her do not disturb on. Bless America. Okay, tip 3. We're going to move on to our third tip. So remember, let's go back. Tip 1 is assess your current situation. Tip 2 is, I'm sorry, I lost my spot. I should have it memorized. I've talked about this so much. Define clear, actionable objectives. And 3 is align the goals with your lifestyle. So let's talk about alignment. Your goal must reflect your lifestyle and fit within your real everyday routine. There's no point in setting goals that you can't realistically incorporate in your life. For example, if you're a busy mom, setting a goal to work out for 90 minutes a day is not realistic. It's just not. But setting a goal to do a 20-minute workout from home, which that's what I do 3 days a week, or go for a walk a few times a week, that's very achievable. Okay. So let's remember, we got to think about, does the goal fit into your current lifestyle and commitments, and how could you adjust? Maybe you need to delete and delegate, okay, to make it more manageable. All right, this is part 2, planning and prioritization. This is some really hot stuff right here, guys. So lean in and take note. Number 1, you have to prioritize your goals. Now that we've written down that goal that you guys shared with us, or you're going to work on later, we've got to make them into SMART goals. That's what we did. And then we align them with our lifestyle. Now we need to prioritize them. Remember what I said earlier, you cannot do everything at once, and that's okay, because we want all of this to become sustainable for you. The key is to focus on what will have the biggest impact. So what goal needs to be tackled first? Which one will get you closer to where you want to be quicker? Typically in the health world, working with women, that's going to be their food, generally. Most of the time when women come to me with a group or one-on-one with coaching and they want to be healthier, I'm going to do their food first. Some already have their food in check and they need other things, and that's fine. But typically that's what it is. So let's take a minute, circle those top 3 most important goals on your list. They should be the ones that will have the greatest impact on your life. So girls in the chat, go ahead and put what's the most important goal on your list that you're going to prioritize for the first quarter of 2025. I want you to think about this and put this in the chat or write it down, tell a friend. And we're going to go ahead and move on to tip 2. Again, your task right now, what is the most important goal on your list that you're going to prioritize for the first quarter of 2025? All right, number 2 under prioritization is to create a timeline. A goal without a deadline is just a wish. I'm going to say that again. A goal without a deadline is just a wish. You need a timeline. Deadlines help create urgency, and they also help keep you motivated. Something that JJ and I talked about a lot when I was first building my business was urgency protocol. We gave deadlines for people to sign up for buds or blooms or one-on-one. We didn't just have it out there willy-nilly. And so with your goal action plan, you can definitely write out a timeline for when you'd like to reach your top 3 goals. If you are in coaching with me, please let me help you with that. I can help it become a little bit more realistic, because sometimes we overshoot, don't we? So what milestones will you hit along the way? Think about that. Maybe you need to start small. We'll go with the food idea. You maybe need to start with 1 meal on plan. Make sure you've got that solid for a week to 10 days until you add another one. Tip 3, utilize your resources effectively. Let's make sure you got everything you need to succeed, guys. So what resources do you already have? Do you have support from your friends, your family, your community, tools that you need? You can't do this alone. You've got to share it with someone. And what do you still need? Do you need time management? Do you need additional information? Do you need supplies? What is it that you need? So be sure to write those things down. Part 3 of this class is accountability and follow through. So tip number 1 is to share your goals. Definitely piggybacking off that last point from part 2. The next step is accountability. Accountability is huge in the health and wellness realm. And one of the best ways to stay on track is to share your goal with someone, whether it's a friend, a partner, a community, a coach. Having someone to check in with makes a huge difference. So think about, tell me in the chat who you can share your goals with. Who are you going to do that with? Carol already put, she's going to sit down with her husband to discuss their budget and get things written down. So she's going to talk to her husband. She may also reach out to some other friends that she doesn't mind sharing this with. So who are you going to share your goals with? Who's going to be your accountability partner? In the chat, let us know. Sarah, her breakthrough group in blooms. Holly, Breakthrough Group husband and Pilates instructor. Yes. Thank you guys so much for participating. Breakthrough Group 7. Woo woo. Oh, y'all are so sweet. If you don't know what a breakthrough group is, you're not in Blooms. But that is part of our Blooms group coaching. And these girls, y'all are so precious to be here today. Thank you so much. Okay, tip 2, schedule those regular reviews. This is really important. And I do this a lot in business. And I don't necessarily do it in my health journey. But after I've been studying this, it really has become evident that it's important for our personal life. Make sure you're not just setting goals and forgetting about them. Schedule weekly or monthly reviews to check in on your progress and see if adjustments are needed. You might need to put a Post-it note in your closet or on your bathroom, or a reminder in your phone or something on your calendar. Do not rely on your memory. Do not. All right, so set review dates in your calendar now. Be sure to do that before we get off this call. Tip 3 is super important. I am all about celebrating. Celebrate your progress. Every single win should be celebrated. In group coaching and one-on-one, we celebrate non-skill victories. And it's very important to bring to light the things that you are doing right, so that the things that you are doing wrong or that need to be tweaked aren't as harsh, aren't as yucky feeling, because you know you still are working towards that progress. Recognizing your progress is key to staying motivated and inspired and determined and dedicated to continue working towards your goal. So think about your incentive. How will you incentivize yourself as you celebrate milestones in your timeline? All right, I hope that y'all are feeling excited and empowered as we go into 2025 soon. I just saw a post on the Facebook that said, today is Monday, December 9th, okay? There are 2 Fridays between now and Christmas. It is coming. The crazy dead zone between Christmas and New Year's is coming, which means 2025 is well on its way. What are you going to do between that time? That present that you have, that's a gift of time to take your life by the horns and be in control instead of letting your life control you. I love to sit in the driver's seat. I want to be in control as much as possible. Of course, we want the Lord to guide and all of that. I love Jesus so much, but I'm talking about when we let outside influences, other people, take advantage of that priority that should be us caring for ourselves. And it's not selfish. It is not ignoring them, because I'll tell y'all what, now that I'm healthy, now that I am taking care of me and solid, I can take care of them so much better, so much faster, so much clearer, so much more solid and stable. Okay. All right. So setting goals is a dynamic and ongoing process. It's about being honest with where you are and adjusting as needed along the way. So just because you have a plan, it doesn't mean it can't be changed. Hillary, we can pivot, right? I pivot all the time. So just remember that you can edit that. That's not a failure. That is showing success. All right. So here is a scenario example of health goals for busy moms. Okay. So I want y'all to imagine a woman named Sarah. Sarah is a busy mom of 3. She works a full-time job, and she also tries to manage her house, as we all do, right? So over the last year, Sarah set a goal to get healthier. She wanted to lose weight, improve her fitness, and eat better. But as you might guess, life got in the way. Dun, dun, dun. Between juggling work, kids' schedules, and household duties, she found herself putting her health, where do you think, guys? On the back burner. That's right. Sarah's goal of getting healthier felt too vague, overwhelming. She didn't have a clear plan. She was discouraged so fast when she didn't see progress, and she found herself skipping workouts or grabbing quick, unhealthy meals through the drive-thru. So how can Coach Amy help Sarah set realistic, achievable goals for 2025? So remember, we're going to assess the current situation. What worked? Sarah was able to get to the gym a few times, and she did manage to walk with the kids on the weekend. But what didn't work was that she had trouble planning meals in advance and didn't make time for her workouts a couple of months in. So she needs to define clear, achievable objectives. Instead of just saying, I want to get healthier, the big elephant, she has to break it down into specific things. So I gave her 3. I will exercise for 30 minutes 3 times a week. And then I go a step further. If you've ever talked to me about any of this, you know what I'm about to say. Schedule it. When are you going to do it? Okay, great. 30 minutes 3 times a week. When? Monday at 2, Wednesday at 9, and Friday at 3. Great. And if she is a one-on-one, I'm going to say, I want you to text me when you finish that exercise. We moved down a little bit and set that accountability up. Goal 2, I will meal prep every Sunday to ensure I have healthy lunches and dinners ready for the week. And goal 3, I will take a 15-minute walk with my kids after dinner every other day. Now, Sarah has specific actions that she can work on. No more vague resolutions, okay? Aligning goals with her lifestyle. Sarah can align these health goals with her busy life by scheduling her workouts around lunch breaks or get up a little earlier in the morning, delegate tasks to someone else so that she has time, like I have with Wes. She can meal prep on Sundays, and that can become a fun family activity. She can involve her children by having them choose the recipes. Y'all know that I ask my boys every week, what they would like. They can also cut the veggies, or they could just be in the kitchen. I don't know that would work for me 100% of the time, but I can handle it sometimes. Okay. The 15-minute walk after dinner becomes a segue for her to spend time with her family, her children, her husband, and gets them off the couch, right? And helps them become more active as well. And that'll make her very proud of herself. That will be something that she can celebrate. On the prioritization and the timeline, her priorities are super clear. She wants to improve her fitness and her eating, and her timeline could look like this. The first quarter of 2025, focus on creating a consistent workout routine and her meal prepping. And by April, she should feel more energized, and she wants to be fit enough to increase her walking from maybe if she started out with 15 minutes to 30 minutes or 30 minutes to 45. Her accountability and follow through. She shares her goals with a friend or family member who can check in on her progress, and she schedules regular reviews, maybe once a month, to assess what's working and what needs to be adjusted. So this was an example to show you how important it is to take a big elephant goal into little bitty bite size that will fit your life. So before we wrap up, I want y'all to make sure that you have set a goal, set a timeline for filling out the sheet. Because if that paper just sits there and not filled out, this class has done nothing for you. And that's not my goal. I want to help you be better. My goal with my coaching is to help women become better versions of themselves. And I can't do it for you. You have to want it bad enough. So carve out some time, get off the doom scroll, get off the interwebs, and write that down. And hey, it really won't take that long. And once you do, you can incentivize yourself that once you finish your goals sheet, then you can go scroll on the TikTok or the Instagram or whatever it is that you love. Guys, thank y'all so much for being here. I'm cheering for you. I love you. This power plan for 2025 is going to be great, but don't forget that you still have a lot of days left in December, and maybe you could practice what you're going to do for 2025. Thanks so much for being here. Hope you learned a lot. See y'all later. Bye, y'all.